After every single game, WNBA players, fans, coaches are all complaining about the referees, and they have shown that they're not going to change anything because the referees continue to be horrible.
The FBI starts sniffing around, starts digging around, starts flipping through pages, looking into the WNBA, whether it's the officiating, whether it's the players.
Something has truly broken in the WNBA. And this time, it's not just fans venting online or analysts arguing over a missed call. This is far bigger. Actual referees, certified WNBA officials, have now testified under oath that the league itself influenced how certain games were officiated. According to their sworn statements, those instructions came directly from Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's office. Let that sink in. This isn't gossip, hearsay, or a conspiracy theory. It's legal testimony, with the commissioner's alleged fingerprints all over the way games were called.
WNBA fans are calling out the referee problem.
The referees literally turned their back.
Caitlin Clark appears to be hunted every game. She deals with physicality that no other player in the league is dealing with. The WNBA not stepping in to protect their cash cow, their only draw, their only star. And this is the end result.
And at the heart of the storm sits Caitlin Clark, the league's brightest star, its biggest box office draw, the ratings powerhouse who almost single-handedly redefined the audience for women's basketball. Yet somehow, she became the player taking the hardest hits and getting the least protection. If you watched this season and found yourself asking, how is that not a foul? Well, it seems there might have been a reason all along. And here's where things escalate even further. The NBA recently saw referees arrested in a gambling scandal. Stephen A. Smith didn't mince words about it. If the FBI is digging into the NBA, it might only be a matter of time before the WNBA finds itself under the same microscope.
Am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Yep. Don't be surprised.
Suddenly, this isn't just about bad officiating anymore. It's about whether the integrity of the sport itself has been compromised, something that could draw federal attention. This is the kind of story that doesn't just make ESPN headlines. It lands on the desks of the Department of Justice. When the news broke, it didn't leak, it detonated. 3 veteran WNBA referees stepped forward, calm and professional, giving sworn testimony about internal meetings where officiating expectations were allegedly discussed. The focus, they claimed, wasn't on keeping players safe, enforcing rules, or protecting the game's integrity. It was about protecting the league's image. Translation: don't let one player, and we all know who that means, outshine the rest of the league. One referee reportedly said the quiet part out loud. Too much attention on one player disrupts the league's image. Under oath, that statement should stop every fan cold. The league wasn't threatened by physical contact on the court. It was threatened by the spotlight off it. That's not coaching. That's not officiating philosophy. That's image control. And now, investigators are paying attention.
Stephanie White. She was complaining about her team not getting a whistle, not being respected.
The WNBA isn't just facing a PR problem. It's staring down a legitimacy crisis. For more than 2 decades, the league longed for a generational superstar who could blow the doors wide open and redefine women's basketball. Then Caitlin Clark arrived. And in less than a year, she accomplished what marketing departments and media campaigns couldn't do in decades. She filled arenas. She pulled in casual fans. She brought global attention. She pushed TV ratings and ticket revenues into uncharted territory. But instead of celebrating her rise, referees now claim the league tried to manage it, to slow it down, to muffle it, to balance it. Some might call that a strategy. Others would call it tampering with the integrity of the game itself. Because when fairness gets replaced by fear of one player's spotlight outshining the rest, you no longer have a league. You have a production. You no longer have sport. You have programming.
This is a WNBA problem, and as more and more eyeballs are watching this league, it becomes growingly an issue. The officiating feels you never have a true grasp on what
Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the WNBA. She changed the temperature of the entire room. Before she arrived, the energy was steady, professional, predictable. Then she stepped onto the court, and overnight, every arena felt like the playoffs. Ticket prices soared from $15 to $300. Crowds that once hovered around 8,000 suddenly swelled to 18,000. That this wasn't a PR campaign or a manufactured hype cycle. This was gravity, real, undeniable, once-in-a-generation gravity. And according to these referees, instead of embracing that pull, the league tried to counterbalance it through officiating. Let more contact go. Allow the physicality. Don't reward her. Don't draw more attention. Don't upset the balance. Without ever putting it in writing, the alleged message was clear. Don't let her become too big.
Referees not listening to them. They're not listening to the coaches. They're not listening to the players. They're not listening to the fans. They're listening to their stakeholders. That's why I keep saying nothing is going to change till the mindset and whoever's running all of this, the stakeholders, governance, whoever these people.
But greatness has always been disruptive. Michael Jordan disrupted. Serena Williams disrupted. Tiger Woods disrupted. Lionel Messi, Tom Brady. Each one rewrote the limits of their sport. Every major league in history has climbed to new heights by riding the wave of a singular phenomenon. That's how growth happens. One transcendent icon doesn't damage a league, they define it. Yet according to these officials, Commissioner Engelbert and her inner circle saw something different, a runaway superstar they believed threatened competitive balance. So instead of celebrating her rise, they allegedly built friction around it, and anyone watching could feel it. The contact Caitlin Clark endured wasn't just playoff toughness. It was permission, forearm shoves, hip checks, shoulder blows. Hits that would draw an instant whistle for most players were suddenly let go. Fans noticed. You didn't have to look hard to see it. The silence of the whistle said enough.
Clark is being roughed up, but the physical wear and tear on Caitlin Clark, I'm not surprised that 2 weeks into the season, she's already got an in.
Meanwhile, who's sitting courtside, smiling like everything's under control? Kathy Engelbert. Calm, composed, unbothered. As if the league didn't have a generational talent getting hammered night after night. As if we weren't all watching offensive fouls magically transform into good defense the moment Caitlin Clark touched the ball. As if balance somehow meant punishing success. This isn't incompetence. It's institutional arrogance that we know better than the fans. We know better than the product. We'll decide how the story unfolds. But here's the truth. You don't steer a rocket mid-flight. You hang on and let it take you somewhere new.
2024 was a year of unprecedented growth in viewership in the WNBA, a substantial amount of which can be attributed to Caitlin Clark, who took the basketball world by storm after an all-time college career.
Who had appeared in 185 consecutive games between her career at Iowa and her time with the Indiana Fever. 139 games with the Iowa Hawkeyes. She never missed one.
And through it all, Caitlin Clark said nothing. No complaints. No theatrics. No passive-aggressive posts on social media. She played. She took the hits. She got up again and again. She did what true stars do. She stayed professional while, allegedly, those above her tried to slow her ascent. The one person who refused to politicize the game has become the one paying the price for everyone else's fear. But the shadows are gone now. The testimonies didn't gather dust in a filing cabinet. They've moved through official channels. Ethics investigators are watching. The questions being asked now aren't for press conferences. They're the kind that get answered under oath. Professionals are examining whether officiating directives were altered to manipulate competition, whether certain players were targeted, whether leadership tried to shape outcomes instead of letting the game breathe. That's not criticism. That's a governance review.